I'm beginning with a slip knot on my hook. So I have one loop on my hook, and I'm going to do a chain, which is a yarn over and pull the yarn over through the loop on the hook. And I've created a V. Let's watch that again, and let's see what happens to the loop on my hook and to the yarn over, because they are creating the parts of the chain that I need to identify in just a minute. I do a yarn over and pull it through. As I pull it through, the loop on my hook becomes a V, and the yarn over becomes a bump on the back of the chain. Let's watch that again. This time keep your eye on the yarn over. That yarn over becomes a little bump on the back of my chain. I'm going to continue making some more chains, and I want to work smoothly but relatively loosely as I do these chains. Let me count my chains so far. I do not count the loop that's on my hook, so I begin counting right here, right under the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, plus my slip knot. Slip knot does not count. Now I want to work my first single crochet into the back bump, and I'm going to work that into the second chain from hook. So not this first chain, that's a turning chain. I'm going to work into the second chain, but I'm going to work into the back bump of that chain. So I'm going to turn the chain over and find that bump, and that's where I want to put my hook. So right in there, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 to complete my first single crochet. I'm going to work every single crochet into the back bump across. So into every chain, back bump of every chain, I'm going to work a single crochet. If you find that you're having trouble getting your hook under that bump, that means your chain is too tight. You need to rip the chain out and try again, working a little more loosely. Here I am on the last back bump, and that one is often a little tighter than the others. There is my first row of single crochets worked into the back bump. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Why do I have 14 single crochets when I started with 15 chains? Well, remember that chain that we skipped back here at the beginning? That's a turning chain, and it doesn't count. So I end up with 14 single crochets from my original 15 chains. Let's take a look at the top of the stitches. Do you see those lovely V's? But here's the great reveal. The bottom of my piece looks exactly the same. You see those lovely V's marching across the bottom of my crochet? That's because I worked into the back bump. So I can just keep working as many rows as I want in whatever stitch pattern I want, and the bottom will look nice and tidy. Now, could I have worked into the back bump with some stitch other than single crochet? Absolutely. I can do half double crochet, double crochet, treble, or any combination of stitches that you want. Anytime the instructions say to work into the chain, the foundation chain, you can always work into the back bump of that chain as well and get this kind of lovely result.